First, this is a two-parter, PSA and question. So PSA is that even though there was a bunch of standby tickets and there was a line out the door, the administration revoked all the standby tickets for all those people, and I think that that should be openly shunned. That's totally bad.
Yeah, I did hear that, and that's egregious. I mean, obviously, look at this. I mean, we've got empty seats here, and the only reason we had more than 3,000 people signed up for this event. The administration cut off the upper balcony because they were apparently afraid that Antifa was going to somehow rip out the bolted down seats and fling them onto the people below. I'm not joking. Like, this was the actual excuse that they gave. And then we thought, okay, there were going to be a bunch of people who signed up on the left to get tickets and didn't show up specifically so there would be empty seats. And as you say, hundreds of people showed up outside and were not allowed in because the administration seized the tickets. If it's for safety reasons,
it's cowardice.
Okay, you know, I'll try to assume the best, that it's for safety reasons, but if it's cowardice, obviously it's cowardice and should be openly condemned.
All right, and so for my question, more towards drug use and the criminalization of drug use. I know that you don't particularly condone drug use, but how do you feel about the criminal justice system, you know, with all these nonviolent offenders, all the money that we spend on all the nonviolent offenders and drug use openly? I mean, so maybe drug use is bad, but should we still criminalize it and treat those people the way that we do and lose money like that?
I am actually libertarian on drugs, so that means that... So let me be clear about this. People who smoke dope annoy the living crap out of me, and they smell terrible. That said, if you want to smoke dope and lose brain cells, then that's your problem, so long as you're not coming to me for a handout. I think that there are certain drugs, like, for example, PCP, that apparently makes you violent, and that has externalities. That's something that you have to talk about policing. You'd have to talk about policing in terms of, you know, selling drugs to minors. But it doesn't seem to me that when you're talking about things like marijuana, for example, you couldn't police marijuana in the same way that you police cigarettes or alcohol. You know, just make it very difficult to sell to people who are underage. The biggest problem that you have right now is that marijuana is so plentiful in places like California that even legalizing it is not going to get rid of the black market, because it actually, the price is higher in the legal market than it would be on the black market. So that's a serious problem, and suggests that deregulation is actually possibly a worthwhile thing. There are some, I'll admit that I'm split on some substances. Like, obviously, when you look at the opioid epidemic and you see the addictive level of that, marijuana is slightly different because the evidence for addictiveness in marijuana is mixed at best. But when you talk about opioids, which are actually addictive, the higher level regulation of opioids seems to me not inappropriate.
So to clarify my question, do you think that we should still be criminalizing these non-violent offenders in regards to, I mean, any drug?
Again, it depends on the offense. So if you're selling dope to a minor, yes, that should be criminal. If you are smoking dope in your room, then no, I don't think that should be criminal.
All right, thank you.